World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson here for a meditation a day. Today, I have the profound pleasure of bringing you Dr. Jane Mountrose. She is a teacher, a speaker. She is such a beautiful soul, and I cannot wait to share her with you. I've not experienced her before. Jane's meditation is called Daily Guided Meditation for Being Present in the Eternal Now. But before we get started, I just wanted to ask Jane if she would share something that she's currently learning in her spiritual walk.
Well, I think, thank you, Ruth. I'm so happy to be here. I'm always happy to be with Enlightened World Network. I think that what I'm talking about in the visualization is also what is coming in my world and what I would like to present as an opportunity for other people. The idea of being present in the eternal now, being in that place of opportunity and possibility where we're not limited, particularly by anything outside of ourselves. All of the things that are going on around us, that we're able to be in a place where we can connect more with the truth of who we are in our hearts and live the life that we're here to live, to contribute in a way, whatever way we can, to the current situation without being consumed by it. In fact, seeing ourselves like we're the leaders, not the followers. So it's really important for us to understand what that means. If what are we leading ourselves to? So that's the basic idea of it. And I'm building on a meditation process that we've been doing. My husband and I, Phillip, we work together, that we've been doing for decades now, which is connecting with that love that you hold in your heart. With love, energetically, divine love is a place of connectedness where there's no separation between you and anyone or anything. And that's also what the field of pure potential is. So that's what I'm weaving those together into also a connectedness with that vast reality that exists in the higher dimensions with the angels and the masters. And there's so much that's available to us. And I'm still learning how much. I think this is where we are, is in a place of expansion and connecting with what kind of reality we want to create for ourselves. So that's where I'm going with all of this. And I wanted to present this as a potential daily meditation that a person could do. Anyone can do this to enter more into that space. And especially in the morning, I like to start the morning with setting up the way that I want my day to go. Rather than just starting off in that momentum, out of the moment. I sometimes say moment or momentum. It can be one or the other, not both. Often that can, if you're not watching, it just can be this continuous momentum that drags you through the day rather than you mastering the moment and mastering your presence in the day. So that's where we are. And I'm going to start, I generally start all of the guided meditations in the same way, just getting ourselves into our bodies in the moment without any interference. And so here we go. And if you're in a place where you can close your eyes safely and you feel guided to do so, that would be appropriate now. And just breathing, starting by focusing on taking beautiful inhales of the most amazing breath, the most amazing light and love from the universe. And then exhaling anything that you don't need right now, anything that's heavy. So you're breathing in more light, the perfect breath for you. And then just letting go. Feeling that breath in your body. And as you're breathing, also asking any energy that is not your own with your intention, which is powerful. Ask any energy that is not your own, that is in your space within that ball of light around you. Ask it to go back where it came from. because we pick up energy from other people, other places, and other times. And of course, with all of this chaos that's going on, we pick up some of that. So we may feel that we're being stressed and it's not even us. So just ask all that energy to go back where it came from with love as you breathe, knowing that that space can be filled with more of your own light. And similarly, we leave bits of ourselves with other people and other times and other places. So just ask all of that energy to come back into your field. So there's more of you to be present. And again, releasing anything that feels heavy. And as you do that, you might notice that you feel like you're more in your body in the moment now than you felt when you started. I feel that way. I get as much as anyone from these things. So just notice that. And notice you might also, as a place of comparison, you might want to notice any stress you're experiencing, anything that's going on that is affecting you in this moment as we go through the rest of the process, and notice, so we can notice at the end if anything feels different to you. So just notice what you notice about where you are energetically. Do you have a lot of vitality? Do you feel stressed? Whatever it is. And then breathing in lighter energy with each breath, just so that all of the cells of your body feel lighter. And then you feel so light you can start to drift up. We're going to go up into the higher higher reaches, up to a mystical mountaintop, way high up, as high as you feel is right for you. So just imagine yourself floating gently upward into that beautiful mystical mountaintop. And then when you arrive there, just noticing what you notice there, the glorious view of the whole world around you, seeing for miles and miles, breathing in the lightness of the air there, and just noticing a certain kind of a silence that you would only experience in a place like this. And above you is the whole universe. You could say the sun and the sky are there, and also beyond. Maybe you see beyond that all of the stars, all of the heavens. And just notice how expansive that is. And also notice that you are closer to all of the beings of light who are reaching to you from above. Angels and guides and masters, teachers, our teachers, and those who are here to let us know that we are always loved. And just feel their presence around you. One of the reasons for going to a place like this, a mystical mountaintop, for one thing, we're above the mass consciousness thought forms that are pervading all of humanity. And we're also closer to the angels and masters. We're closer to all of the beings of light who so much want to be able to connect with us and help us to improve our lives and connect with the truth of who we are as magnificent spiritual beings. And with that, focusing now on your heart. You might even want to put a hand on your heart if you feel like it, your heart center. And just, this is the place where you connect with the divine, where the creator, with God, where God is present in you. We are creators because the creator resides in us. right there in the heart area. So breathing light and love into that area. And there's a little flame there that becomes brighter as you breathe into it. And it's an expansion of love. So just breathe into that love. You might notice that it feels more expansive as you do that. And as it does, just allow it to radiate out from your heart and fill all of the cells of your body with love. The cells, it sounds trite, but the cells love love. They really do. My body is tingling now. You might notice that they thrive on love. Love is not only is it connected, it is connectedness, it's life, it's vitality. When you send love to your cells, you're sending more life energy to every part of your body. And you can focus particularly on love, sending love into any areas of your body that are not loved, or any areas that may be hurting in some way. And technically, what we're doing also is we're sending love into all of the atoms in all of the cells. And that's where, if we're breathing more light and we can create space for more light in those atoms, what happens is then the electrons can spin faster. And that's how our vibration rises. So you can just imagine it's like a breeze flowing through all of the atoms, bringing in more love and light. And again, still letting go of anything that is not necessary, anything that feels dense or heavy. And then from there, allowing that love to radiate out all around you, all around your body, filling that whole ball of light that is your energy field with love. And from there, allowing that ball to expand out. Because we contract ourselves. We have to fit in into a small space. You don't have to do that here. You can just expand out as much as you want. Can expand out to the point where there is no division even between you and all that is. Just notice what you notice. And then again, focusing on that field of pure potential, or it's actually, I was talking about the heavens, which it is that vast space of openness, which we can imagine to be that field of pure potential, which is a place of infinite possibilities. In a way, you could say it's nothing and it's everything, because there are no agendas. There is no need to control anything here. Here is a place, this is a place, the place of pure potential is a place where we can come into harmony with who we really are and why we're here, with the divine plan for ourselves and for humanity. The field of pure potential, just connecting with that complete openness, is also it also exists outside of time and space. So it's a place where you can detach from the past and the future and all of the associations with it, and just be. And feel how that feels. As much as you can. It's a journey for all of us to bring ourselves fully into the moment in a place like this. It's something also you can affirm now and anytime. I now open to the field of pure potential where anything is possible. Sometimes I like to repeat it a few times because it brings me into that place. I open now to the field of pure potential where anything is possible. I open now to the field of pure potential where anything is possible. This is a place also where you can experience miraculous healings and transformational changes where things, one pattern, you could say, a pattern of how things are in your life can change to something else instantaneously. So from everything that I see, this is where we're headed, to this place of pure potential where we also are surrounded by beings of light who are here to support us. So we're expanding our perspective on what reality is, and we're expanding our perspective on what is possible in this place. And so now that you're here, if you noticed, whatever you noticed when you started, any concerns, any stress, any lagging energy, just notice what you notice now. And this is part of it is, I like saying notice what you notice, because it's not also what you want to notice, it's what is. Because there are no agendas here either. It's not, it doesn't have to be anything. But the thing that is interesting, what generally happens is miraculous things happen. Because there are no limits. And divine love, we started with love, expanding out that love into that place of connectedness. It's all the same. And it's nurturing also. It's so nurturing to, I think, every part of our being. It's also beyond any cultural standards, anything anyone else tells you about who you are or what is and what isn't possible for you. It's a place where you can choose to live each day to the fullest, embracing the magnificent being who you are. We all are equally magnificent spiritual beings. And I think that the angels and masters and guides would be the first to tell us that. We just don't know it yet. that's actually what we're learning. And as we do, as we open to that magnificence, also we open more to making the difference that we want to make in the world. To me, it feels so good being here. And it is a place where you can just allow yourself to sit in the silence of it if you want. You can stop the video, or if you're doing this on a daily basis, just come to the place of pure potential for yourself and allow yourself to be. And then when you're done, I think it's also important to realize we're not leaving anything behind. This is a place that shows us what we can be and have and do. So with that potential for bringing all of this awareness and support back with us, we can start to, we can also, before, I don't want to forget to thank all those beautiful beings of light who are around us. And particularly from me, Archangel Metatron, who has been such a beautiful guide for us, or for me, and I think for many. And he also, asking Archangel Metatron to be with you is a wonderful way to open to that place of expansiveness, because that's where he is. So you can invite his light to surround you anytime and ask him to bring you more into that place of pure potential, or however you want to define it. It's beyond words. So again, with all that, with gratitude towards all of these beings and with love, I used to think they didn't care if I said I love you, but they do, just as we all want to be loved. They appreciate receiving our love. And then we can begin our journey back. It's not far, interestingly. Just drifting back to where you started with your feet firmly on the floor or the ground, or just imagining them there. And grounding yourself, feeling yourself rooted to Mother Earth, sending love to her also. And whenever I do that, I feel love coming back to me, more love. And breathing in more active energy, bringing our brain waves into our normal waking states. And if you want, you can stretch or whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Jane, thank you. This is one of those meditations I know I'll want to come back to.
Oh,
And
good.
an easy way, friends, for you to do that on Facebook, just go up and grab the little link right now and send it to yourself in Messenger. And you'll always have your favorite meditations right there, very easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Right.
beautiful.
And for something like that, also, if you do it regularly, you can go through then if you need to without the video, then you can go through the steps faster too. When you're on a busy day, I can just go up to the mountaintop, just I'll anytime right away. I do think I think there's a surprising value in sending that energy that we all pick up away from yourself. The other day I wasn't feeling all that great, and I did that. I was going to do a meditation. I just did that, sending energy away, bringing my own energy back, and I felt fine. I thought, wow, that was all it was. I thought there was something deeper, but it wasn't. It just is what we pick up.
Right. And getting out of your own head
Right.
sometimes is all that takes. You know, when you had shared the name of the meditation, the guided meditation for being present in the eternal now, it made me think you can't be present in the eternal now if you're being present to CNN or the right. I mean, you can't split your mentality. So, but how easy it is if you've been on CNN or you're, fully versed in what's happening in the world right now, it doesn't have to be that hard to shift and go into that space of
Right.
walking with spirit. It doesn't have to be that hard. And I know for a while I used to think, oh, well, I'll just have to, wait till tomorrow morning when I wake up, because that seems to be such an easy time to step into being with spirit. You don't have to wait, friends. You just stop what you're doing and just shift your perspective and go into that meditative place. It can happen very quickly.
Mm-hmm. It also, I think that's the reason for that little affirmation. I open now to the field of pure potential where anything is possible. Because you can, another thing I think is interesting, surprisingly effective, is just taking a moment and breathing. Just a few nice breaths, and also realizing you have every right to ask for the most amazing breath anywhere for you when you breathe in like that. And I just think that's so wonderful because we think we're restricted so in so many ways when we are creators of all of this. Anyhow, I open now to the field of pure potential where anything is possible. You can say that and just imagine the stars around you or whatever makes it more real.
That was something that I wanted to ask you about, because I wrote that down when you said it. We are creators because the creator resides in us.
Right.
Beautiful.
It's simple. It is true. And I think, well, if we hadn't created anything that we've created now, we couldn't change anything. We're creators. We must be creators. And I think we are. I think if you ask your heart would say, of course.
Yeah. Yep. Beautiful. Jane, I know that you and Philip, your partner, have just finished a new book.
Yes.
Want to
It's
talk
a,
about
it's
that?
being it's being printed right now.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's called Awakening to Your Magnificence. And it's a now I can't even remember the exact words the rest of it. I don't have a copy of it here. But it's a map into the what we consider to be the next new frontier for humanity, which is pretty much what we're talking about, opening to a reality where we are one with the universe, with all of, there are so many magnificent angels and masters and guides and, beings in the elemental kingdoms. We also are, we're co-creating directly with the elemental kingdom. And I don't know how many people understand that, that they're just actually bringing into reality our thoughts and feelings, which is kind of crazy, but that's what they're doing. And often they don't like it. We create storms and all kinds of things around us that are not really desirable, because that's where we are as a society. Um, but they're beautiful beings. They're also beings of love who want nothing more than to create heaven on earth for us.
Yeah. Agreed.
So there's so much, and it's all happening around us, but we put ourselves in this little box, CNN, whatever the box is.
Right.
Um, I think, to me, another, and if you asked about learnings, another thing that I'm really focusing on is not allowing the outer world to be in any way an influence on my experience of my reality in my life. Because you could say that's the illusion of, of reality. The reality, it's so much more. It's
Right.
an illusion, a limiting illusion of what it is, but we're creating it ourselves with all of the chaos around us. But you don't have to be part of that. You can decide, well, I'm going to follow what I understand is true and real, and not to be like so far out that you're not grounded, but to understand that you don't have to allow outside forces to control your state. Primarily, that's the biggest thing. Because I firmly, and I'd like to know with you too, Ruth, I firmly believe that there are forces that are trying to hold us down.
I
People.
have experienced that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at what's happening politically, it's not happening to free us. All of those people who are trying to change things right now, it's not to acknowledge the truth of who we are and lead us towards heaven on earth, or whatever you want to call it, or help us to ascend into a higher dimension of reality. It's to hold us down in fear. Fear is the opposite of love.
Right. Well, and it's such a fascinating time for those of us that are here on the planet right now. So many opportunities for learning and just looking at the bigger picture and shifting your perspective. And yeah, it is so ripe with opportunity for learning.
Right. And
Yeah.
I think that's why we're here, why this is happening. We have a choice.
Right. Right. Jane, if folks want to pick up your new book, how do they do that?
Well, it's not available quite yet. I think that it is, they have it now listed on Amazon, but it's going to be a couple weeks. I did want to refer everyone to a tiny URL that I have, which it goes to our website. We just have long URLs. So it's called tinyurl.com/pure-potential. And what we have there is 2 examples Philip did of healings with that phrase, I open now to the field of pure potential, with two different people. One I think was physical, one was something else, not physical. I can't remember what it was. And there's something about a process we call the super reality shift, which is a deeper excursion into pure potential. We talk about it, how all of that actually works. Morphic fields, how you can actually instantaneously shift from one reality to another, and I think there's something else there too. A couple things, and if you sign up for that, then you also will be notified when the book is out to be published. I think it's scheduled now to be available on March 26th on Amazon. We'll see. Everything has to go accordingly. Right. But that's the plan.
Great.
And thanks for asking. I'm excited. It is. I think it is something that is probably the most honest and reflective book that we've written. There's a lot in there that I haven't talked about with anyone, or hardly, or very few people, just revelations, or I guess things that have happened to me that have been really meaningful, and so I have kept them to myself, partly out of fear of being criticized. But so we go into it's an honest revelation, I guess, of what we've experienced, because we've been doing this for about 35 years. Also, what we've experienced and why we see this view of reality as being so important, and as the next frontier, really, for humanity, is becoming aware. And well, I could go on and on about it. The angels and the masters, almost makes me want to cry. If anyone wants to grow spiritually, their light is unfathomable. It's, yeah. And I think that's what makes me so teary. They have such love for us and can help us in such amazing ways. We have to learn to connect and develop those relationships.
Right. So much growth and potential there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Jane, I want to thank you for allowing yourself to put your intimate stories. Hey, buddy.
This is Foxy. This is our little girl. She's a smoocher.
I see the white stripe. For putting your intimate stories in that book, because that took a lot of guts to do that. And I thank you.
Well, it felt necessary to explain. And I think for people who have different spiritual experiences, it helps if we can share them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Jane. Thank you so much for today. And Foxy, thank you for joining us.
So she says, I love. The dogs they like being around it.
Well, friends, thank you for being here at Enlightened World Network. Do check out Jane and Phillip Mountrose and all of their offerings. They've got many, many videos on YouTube and lots of books on Amazon. So please, take